Now that I've gotten my file cut out, and I've also taken it off the mat, so this is what it looks like after I pulled it off the mat. And this was only one pass on my Cricut, so I didn't need the 2 passes. So now what you will need for this part is a scraper to scrape all of the dots off of the mat. And then I have a rhinestone picker or a jewel picker. And this is to pick up stray rhinestones. And then I also have some tweezers. And you can also use this to pick the stones up. And anytime all of your dots do not come off of your flock, you can use a lint brush. So I've already started removing some of the dots, and this is what it looks like. The dots will stick to the lint paper. And I have a few more in here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a few more dots in here that needs to be removed. And so from the back of it, I'm just putting this on, and see how it pulls them out. It pulls it right out of the hole. And you can leave it on the roller, but this was the last piece on a roller that I had, so it just came right off. So I'm just sticking it on and pulling the little dots back off. And there's also a roller, I don't have one, that you can use to roll the dots down on the back to make it easier for them to come out. But that's all you do, is just use the lint paper to pull the little dots out. And that one's stuck. Got to put a little bit more force to this one. It doesn't want to come out. Okay, I think the B is cleaned up. I see one left in the S. Okay, I've gotten all of the dots out. And as you can see, there are no more dots in here. So this is ready to have the rhinestones added. Next, I'm going to show you how to get these dots off of your mat. That's where the scraper will come in handy. And you will just push it up, scrape them off. Okay. So just scrape them up. And see how nice and easy that comes up. And so you just scrape all of your dots off your mat. I'm not going to do the entire thing, but I just wanted to let you see how easy this is, how easily you can get this done. And they come right up. I'm going to do one more little section. And see how that came up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is start putting our rhinestones onto the flock. And you can use several different things for this flock. Most people suggest getting the little cutting mats from the Dollar Tree. They're little plastic clear cutting mats that you can use to put your flock on. And you want to make sure you're working on a flat surface. And I've also seen some people use metal trays to put their flock in. And the flock has a plastic backing on it. And once you separate this part right here has a sticky coating to the back of it. Okay, and you want to be very careful with pulling your flock off because you don't want it to stick. You don't want it to flip back on you and stick together. That's what happened the first time I tried using this flock. I wasn't careful with pulling it apart and it stuck together and I was not able to get it apart. So that flock was ruined. So you want to be very careful with this. And you don't want to stretch your holes. You don't want your holes to get stretched out of shape. I think I'm going to lay this down and try to pull it off because I don't want this to flip back. Okay. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use my cutting mat. I don't know how good this is going to work. I've never tried my cutting mat before, but I put the plastic covering back over it. And so I'm going to just lay the flock on top of that. And I didn't cut this one out in sections. I just cut it all in one piece. And so what I did is made a printout of what the actual file looks like so that I'll know where to change the colors. So this is another thing that you can do if you don't want to use like two pieces of flock. Just cut one big file and just print the PNG off so that if you got multiple colors, you'll know where to place those other stones. And another thing I forgot to show is this brush. This is what you would use to brush your rhinestones into your flock. I forgot to mention that. You will also need one of these. Okay, next I have my stones here. And this file is cut for SS10 stones. So I have my stones here, and so what I'm going to do is just pour them onto the flock and then brush them in. Okay, then what you would do is just take your brush and gently rub it across the crystals or rhinestones, and you're brushing them into the holes. Some of them will flip upside down, but you can also keep brushing and it will correct itself. And any of them that don't, you can use your picker or your tweezers to pick the rhinestones up and place them the correct way. And I just want, these are the clear, and I just want this to be in big and energy. Then I'm going to put another color in the Pisces. I don't know if you can see how these stones are going into these holes, but you want to be very gentle because you don't want to knock them back out. I'm trying to get this into this hole. Okay. So I'm going to brush these aside so you can see what I've gotten so far. So this is what I've gotten so far. A few of them fell into the Pisces, but that's no problem. I can just use my tweezers to take those back out. So this is how it's looking so far. And I'm going to continue with this, and I'm also going to fill in the energy, and then I'm going to do the Pisces last. Okay, now I have big and energy filled in. This is what it's looking like. So next I'm going to do Pisces. And I had a few stones left from the clear, so I'm going to take those off. I don't have one of those scrapers, but there's like a scraper that you can use to pick up your stones and easily transport them back to your container. But I don't have one of those, so I'm going to have to do it by hand. Okay, now for my next color. So I'm just going to pour some of these stones on and start brushing them in. Hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, so I'm looking at my file and I see two that I need to remove that are clear. That one didn't turn over. So these two right here, I need to take these out. That's part of the eye. Okay, so now I'm going to start brushing these on, and these were supposed to be amethyst stones. They look sort of light in the package, but yeah, these are the amethyst stones. Which is also the color of the birthstone for February. And I hope I don't knock any of the clear ones back out. Some people say that this is very therapeutic and calming for them. I haven't done enough to be able to say that. But I guess it may be relaxing. I think this is going to be enough to fill in the whole Pisces. And if you have any questions, just feel free to put them in the comments. Okay, that's turning out pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. I missed one up here. Okay, see two I need to go back and fill in. I hope I don't knock the clear ones off. Trying to be careful. So what I'm going to use once I'm finished with this is the masking tape for the rhinestones. I think I got all those filled in. Okay, let's take care of this E. And I just knocked one out. I think that one's upside down. I can use my tweezers to flip that one back over. Okay, and we're almost finished. Okay, so this is what it looks like. There's a few that I'm going to have to flip over because these are kind of dark. You can't hardly tell the front from the back, but there are a few that needs to be flipped. Okay, I see one right here that I need to flip over. Come on. Okay. Got that one. Here's another one. That one looked like it had two. So I'm going to set that one to the side. Don't need that one. Here's one here. Okay, I think I got them all. Now, I see two more. Okay, so that looks good. So then the next step would be to get the transfer tape. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so this is the transfer tape. It comes in a roll. And I got this from Amazon. I got the flock from Amazon as well. And I've already used some of this. So that's why it looks like this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this little piece off here, but I'm going to save it. I may be able to use it for another project. Okay, so I'm going to see how big I need to make this. Okay. And this is also reusable. And you want to be careful when you're placing this down. Be careful when placing this down on your stones, because sometimes it has a tendency to pull the stones up and they will be out of place. But you can still put them back on with your rhinestone picker or your tweezers. Okay, and this is what it looks like. This is clear. And you want to be careful with this because it's easy to tear because it is kind of thin. So I'm going to finish peeling this off camera because I don't want it to stick to any of my stones before I'm ready for it to. Okay, so now that I've gotten it peeled off, and it is sticky. So next what you would do is just take it and place it down over your stones and get them to adhere to the transfer tape. But you want to be careful because, as I said, sometimes the stones could shift. And cause them to be out of place. So you want to be real careful with this. Let's see. Will it fit this way? I think this would be better for me, hopefully. And you want to try to do this quick because the stones will start trying to come up the closer you get this paper down. So you want to be quick with it and not to knock any stones out of place. Oh, Lord. And I just did it. I just knocked some out. So now, let's see, how bad is it? Trying to get these stones back in place. I don't want them out yet. I think there's a pucker in here. So I may have to do the top part back over. Let's see, how bad is this? Yeah, a lot of the stones are out of place in the big. Not so much in the energy. Those just slid back into place, but at the top, okay, the pieces still look pretty good. As all those are falling back in the hole. I'm just checking to make sure everything's still in place. So I'm gonna have to shift a little bit on this S. Because you want everything to stay in place. Because once you press this, however it is on this transfer tape, is how it's going to be when you press it. So I'm really going to have to fix this big. Look at there. So I'm just going to have to either try to slide the stones under the transfer tape or lift it up and put the rhinestones back in the hole and then put the transfer tape back down on it. But you don't want any of them out of place in these holes. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. They were pretty easy getting them back in. I just have a few over here on this G that I need to get done. And I did turn it upside down so that this would be closer to me. So I have a few right here that I need to get back in the holes. And all I did was use my hand to push them back in the holes. But these two, since they're upside down, I'm going to have to lift. Okay, I see one in the pieces that's upside down here. So what I'm going to have to do is lift up the transfer tape. That's two upside down, one here and one here. So I got two upside down. Down here. And then I have two up here. So I'm going to lift up my transfer tape. I'm being careful so that I don't knock any of the other stones off. So I'm lifting this very carefully. Being very careful with this. And I'm just going to move the two that are upside down. try to place them back in the hole. Okay, one here. Okay, got to get it flipped over. So that's one, and it's kind of hard for me to see. And one here. I got to figure out where this one goes. Okay. Right there. Okay. So now I got this fixed. And there's two. And now I see three. There's one in the C and two in the E. That I need to take out. And after that, I think we should be good. Everything comes up. Sometimes when you're lifting this up, some of the rhinestones may not adhere on your first try. So all you would do is just put it back down and press over the stones that need to be lifted. And they normally come up. So before you do this, you want to make sure you're running your hand over the top of it to make sure the stones are sticking to the transfer tape. It's sort of like the vinyl where you have to use a scraper on the vinyl to make sure it's sticking to your transfer tape. So it's the same thing, but you're just going to use your hand. Okay, so this one is upside down here. Goes there. And this one I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to knock any of the other ones off. Okay, got that one. And put that one there. And here's one here I didn't see. I think that one goes here. And there was one. Where did I say the other one was? Oh, in the C. Right here. Okay. Where did it go? I'm gonna have to press it right down to see where did it go. Okay, I see it. See it. Right here. So let's get that one flipped back over. And I think it goes there. Okay. Yep. Okay, so now I think we got them all back in place. So now I'm going to turn it back around. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is what it's looking like. And I don't see any that's out of place. I'm just checking. Oh, there's one there. It's upside down. Upside down right there. Upside down right there. So I got two more that I got to move. Let me check, make sure there's no other ones. Okay. So both the S's have a stone upside down. I hate to lift this back up again, but I'm going to have to get those two in place. So I hope everything down here is stuck to this paper. And as I said before, my flock, I got it from Amazon. I got transfer tape from Amazon. As a matter of fact, everything that I'm using came from Amazon except for the lint roller, which I think I got that from Walmart. And this mat, this Cricut mat, I got that from Hobby Lobby. But everything as far as the stones and the flock, everything that I'm using for these rhinestones, I ordered off of Amazon. Because I was just trying this out. So that's why I got them off of Amazon. So if I didn't like it, wasn't a whole lot of money wasted. And so the next step after this would be to remove it from the flock and press.